You remember when he online cheated on me before? He basically said that he did it again. So I woke up the next day and I like kind of went with that feeling and I checked his phone and literally I found like the most disgusting videos in this phone. The last message was 14 weeks ago.
Free porn from random strangers on the internet. And Sophie, you want to give this loser a chance? I don't know what is going on, but I am very, very confused.
Very concerned for you.
Yes.
Move
the
on.
hell on.
Move on.
There's more fish in the sea, beloved.
It really is.
But it's a Mary. We want y'all to like,
subscribe,
and comment down below, you all, and do not forget to subscribe to our Patreon, you guys.
Yeah.
But let's go ahead and get into this one. It is 90 Day Fiance. I think it's episode 6 of the original franchise. And Sophie and Rob. Apparently, he has been blowing her up. Apparently, he is 9 years older than her. We finally got the age. He's 32, a whole 32. Like, you are almost in your 40s.
She has herself more financially together than
you do. Like, the mom even said he was jobless. I mean, obviously has to be, because how are you in a place where you have a whole bathroom outside of your place, but she was able to get a place that has a bathroom like that?
A very nice, it looks like a very nice posh place.
Very nice. It might be an Airbnb or something like that, or it might be an apartment. I'm not sure. But was able to financially get herself the hell out of there.
I know.
Thank
and
God.
that's why he came back. You see, he thought that, you know, she's coming to see him. He can, you know, mistreat her.
But she had no funds, had nothing to her name.
Yes, she'll have to depend on her parents. Who
depend on him.
Are against him, right? So he had this whole narrative in his head. She has her own money. She's not dependent on her parents. And she took her bags and left.
Was out of there. She did not have to stay there because she was financially independent on no man.
I just wish her mom will be more like, I understand you saying you don't want to push too much because it's her life. But
no, she was telling him.
Like,
she was
come home. He's not for you. I'd rather the mom say that than say something like, you know, I see that you're not really done with him, or you would have been here by now.
No, she did. She was really like, you know, I know, like, he's the man, he's a loser, he's a bum. Like, all this time I've been, like, I have just gotten all this thing, like, he finally loves Sophie, but this whole time I've been telling you that this man is no good, he's a loser, he's a bum, you need to come home, and all this stuff. And I really, and she said, if I had it my way, I would want you to come home to me right now. But right now, you're not even telling me what the conversation would be, which would be like, Mom, I'm done with him, I'm coming home.
Yeah.
But, I mean,
sometimes at that age, 23, you just have to let them know, just come home. When we come, we'll figure it out. But just come home.
Yeah. I mean, it's just sad.
She needs space from him. Because the longer she stays there, the more he's going to talk himself back into her life.
And she's like, I need to hear the story. What's the story? You saw the video of him whacking off to another random stranger. Like, and the thing is, he's getting free porn from people that he doesn't even know.
And someone who does that, he has a sexual deviant issue. Like, he probably, I think we said so before, was introduced to sex inappropriately when he was of a very young age. This is not something that you can help him with. Men like this,
just like Yara and Jovi,
cannot be
rehabilitated.
Intimacy. It's not that they can't be rehabilitated, but do you want to be doing that at 23? I mean, like, seriously, do you want to be doing that at 23 with somebody? You know, even me at 52, I don't want to be doing that with anybody. You know what I'm saying? Like, people, like, we as women have to get out of this thing of wanting to be this savior for men, or wanting to be like, you know, well, maybe I can help him change. And he's sitting there telling her he will do whatever it takes, however long it takes, even if it takes his whole life. Listen, bro.
You couldn't even put your stuff away for a year. Like, you could not even be loyal.
You couldn't even do it while she was
there.
Like,
what are you talking about the rest of your life?
About?
Like, that doesn't make sense. Like, I feel like also women, sometimes with fools, you have to put your boundaries up and leave them the
All
hell
the way up and leave them there.
I remember you were telling me last night, you said it's like that movie, was it Snow White and the Huntsman? You know when she, the second one, where she put up that frozen wall, you were like,
Yes, that's how we gotta put up our boundaries.
yes. So Sophie,
Got to
sometimes
put
you
up
have
them
to do
walls.
that. Put up that frozen
All the
wall.
way up.
And leave it up nice and frozen. Cause really, I mean, this man, he's done it once, but you went back. That was the mistake. Like when somebody does you wrong once, don't go
give
back.
chances. Don't give chances. And I really don't want to see young women giving chances. Do not give chances at all.
Cause it makes
And
them think that they
goes
can
for
talk
older women
themselves.
too.
Yeah.
Because the older we are, the less time we got. Don't give chances. Period. Stop giving chances. After they mess up once, don't give a second chance. Move on.
Yeah. For real, for real.
Because it just gets worse. And you're just dating already a problem.
It doesn't get better, Sophie. It actually gets worse. Like if somebody is bad, like they're not going to get better over time. They actually are going to get worse. Especially if they get married. That's when people get really comfortable in the marriage. Because it's like, oh, we're married. They ain't going nowhere. Like we got legal paper documents. They don't get better.
And then as soon as they see you start shaking up, then they try to trap you with pregnancy. Kiki.
E. Palmer, Darius Jackson.
But that's exactly what he did to her.
Trapped
her.
Yeah. Yeah. Now, but let's go ahead and talk about Gino and Jasmine. Like, what man? Like, what type of animal? I don't even want to say animal, but like, what type of person goes and drops their fiance off in a parking lot?
She's not
And
even
then-
appropriately dressed for your Minnesota weather. Are they in Minnesota?
Yes, like she's
Like,
not,
it's
like she's not
cold.
even wearing socks. Damn it!
Ugh.
Like I don't like who does that? And then
I
you
know.
say that I'm going to call you
You
a
need
Uber,
Uber.
and then also I'm going to get you a hotel.
That's
So
how
I
I-
can't even go back to the house to get my passport and the money. Well, that she said she didn't have, but
And
she
she
depends
has
on him.
none. Yeah.
But I mean, really, I can't even go and get my drawers. Like,
Nothing.
what is this? Like, who does that? He obviously does not care about her. Like that is a clear. Like he left you in the cold, in the
And my
rain,
thing is,
in
I
the
don't
frivolous
know why he was even
jacket.
acting like that. Oh, there's a lip gloss here thing. Okay, there's
He
a lip
was
gloss. I
so
don't know.
defensive.
He was very defensive. You know what I think? I think Gino uses that lip gloss. I think Gino is using that lip gloss for himself. I really do. And I think that because that's why he got so on the defensive. So he said he's definitely not cheating. He said he wasn't cheating. That's
Maybe
not
he's
what-
cross-dressing at night.
Right, and then he said there are other reasons why, other than cheating, that you didn't catch that? He said there are other reasons, not just cheating, why there's a lip gloss here. There's other reasons. Well, I got some, and I feel that that's what you up to.
Don't you know good? Don't you know good?
Like, just be honest with this woman. And you know something, Gino? Jasmine's not going nowhere. Listen.
Even if you
guys have
cross-dressing,
already
even if you
done
came
your
out and
golden
told her that you were
showers.
bi, like she's not going. She has
Done
decided she's going to
the
hook.
odd ball thing, whatever that is. And then
Whatever
you've done
that is.
all kinds of things.
She said, "This is
She
my
has
ticket."
she has strived, all kinds of striving. That woman has strived to contort herself,
Literally, physically,
to
Sexually
to be
and physically.
like
and mentally.
ready for you. She's done all of this stuff. I'm sure if you tell her, honey, I also do this cross-dressing thing, or I'm putting on lipstick, I don't think she will leave you. But try honesty. That's at the end of the day, be honest and let her make that decision for herself. But will Gino do that? I think he loves to have Jasmine upset. Gino is not happy
With his
if
life.
there is no conflict, and I believe this is the same thing he probably did with the ex. He's always bringing some
He
drama,
looks miserable,
some
though.
conflict, because he's not living his authentic
Authentic life.
self.
So he
Yes.
has decided to bring misery onto others. Like you look at Gino, and he if misery was a person, he'd be right there in the damn dictionary, right there. Ding. So I mean,
Oh,
really.
look at her.
So it is what it is. Jasmine, there's other men. If you want to come to America to provide a better life for your kids, there's other men. You don't have to be.
You see, the thing is, you're
golden showers in the
You know
baby.
what she's thinking? She's thinking that, look, I have given this much like time. 3 years or 4 years.
It could be 20 years, boo. It could be 10 years. It could be 15 years.
Having even one, you see,
it could be 10 years.
This is how I look at this.
Like,
for anyone who says, look, I have dealt with this for, I don't know, 5 years, 6 years.
It could always be longer.
It can always be a minute longer. So once you make that decision, just stop.
Just move on.
It can always be longer, but I get it. I get it.
I don't get it. I will never get it.
I get it because I've been there. You know what I'm saying? I get it. Where it's like
I
you stay and you're like, I've invested this much time. The good is coming. Stay down. We're almost at the very best part. Stay down. The Mary J. Blige song.
Just go look that out.
I remember I was singing that song to my ex. I'll play the music loud. I wasn't, about to play this music loud. And then one day I just heard the door slam. And I realized he had gone and he needed me to know that. I don't know. I should have realized he wasn't trying to stay down. But we don't take those clues. We're thinking to ourselves, we gotta stay down. Get all these. That's one of the dumbest songs. When I think about it. It's one of the dumbest songs. But I love Mary J. Blige. But it is such a pathetic song. And it did not work out well either. Not just for me, but neither for her. Neither for the singer whose song I was singing.
I'm sorry. When a man don't want to be there and he's actively showing you that he don't want you or he's not interested or he don't want to be in that marriage, move on.
Let go. Gotta let go.
Let go with that dust ball.
Gotta let go.
Achoo!
So what's the next?
But let's talk about
couple.
Nikki and Justin. He seemed. At first I was talking about it like. At first I did feel really bad for Justin, but then I saw the bedroom scene where he was like.
Oh, let's please.
Anyway,
I don't.
It wasn't a bedroom scene. They were just in bed or whatever, talking in the morning, or whatever. But he seemed quite comfortable. But then fast forward to him talking to the friends. He was talking about her as if she was a thing.
Like
and
I think he was talking really about her private parts. That's what I think. That's what he kept on saying, like, which is even worse. But yeah, but once it does that, then I realize that I know what it is. And so because I know what it is, it's hard for me to forget that that's what it is. I was just like, what in the world? And the friends looked stunned.
They kept on looking at Nick as if this is a whole man sitting right here. Like, that's how they were looking at her the whole time.
That's how it seemed to me.
Yeah.
That they kept on just trying to
figure out how this happened. Like, a little fascinated, but a little bit like,
what is going on here?
What's going on with my friend?
Yeah, what's going on? I think that's what, they were just, and I don't know if they were friendly. Did they seem friendly to you? They seemed a little hostile. So I really was a little concerned for her.
But
too.
Even the girl, with that...
Even the girl seemed hostile to me.
Well, I felt like when she got too in detail about how, he's not giving her OS or whatever, the friend was just like, whoa. Like, Nikki, please, I ain't your girlfriend, honey.
Well, not only that.
Well, also that's too much information.
You have to read a whole culture. But something, I don't even think it's too much information. You know why? Because one of his friends was asking, does Nikki have a penis?
That's the man. The woman, I think, probably would not have wanted to know that. That's a man. The man probably would know what the hell is really going on.
I don't know. They seemed to me, and maybe I was thinking that Nikki was a little. You know how when you laugh, when you get nervous? I felt like she was like saying all these things because she's getting nervous.
Well, she said that she was a prostitute and she was on drugs. And she said she had no weird place to lay her head because her family cut her off. She said she wanted them to know who she really was, and the things that she had been through being trans, because her family had kicked her out and she had to sleep with people in order just to have a place to live and to eat or whatever.
You know, there's some people who lead with sex because that's what they know or that's what they're comfortable with, until they get to a space. Like, you have to understand that it's not necessary.
No, but she said she had to do that because her family kicked her out the house and she was out there on the streets.
So I feel as though when she gets nervous, this is what her go-to is.
Oh, yeah.
And so she starts having these very, like, inappropriate for just a regular social gathering conversation. It's kind of like that lady in the Golden Bachelor who curses a lot. There's a lady there who curses a lot. I am thinking she does it kind of to break the ice. So I feel as though that this is her go-to,
right,
to kind of break the ice or whatever. That's what I think. But they seemed all of his friends. I was just thinking, I don't know about these friends, but they all seemed hostile a little bit.
After that,
they were looking at him like, just kind of like, especially when they asked him about the whole masculine thing, right? When they were like, okay,
does she feel more like, is it because they're interested?
Is she acting like a man?
Yeah.
With you in certain things, and he says yes, and then that's when he, I guess, remembers that, says, oh well, biologically he
Nikki's a man.
Nikki started out as a man, right?
Yeah.
And so that's when he remembers that. When she acts that way. Maybe if she will just kind of calm down a little bit. I think that's what he's saying. If she would just be more feminine, that's what he's saying, then he will feel better.
The thing is, the reason why he feels... My thing is, I feel like, I don't want to compare it to... I just feel like, just with anything, like, if you get into a sticky situation, like, it's kind of like a woman who is battered. I'm not trying to say a situation is like that at all. Yeah. I'm just saying, after a while, a woman who stays, she tries to, especially the man he beats you, he comes back, he says, oh, baby, it'll never happen again, I love you, or whatever. Like, there's something in your mind that tries to make it okay. Yeah. Because, one, you still love him, you still want to be there, you're still hoping for the good, right? Yeah. So you try to make it right in your head. I feel like with anything in life, if we really want something, we try to make the red flags green. We try to make it really nice and gushy, right?
Put up with a bow.
In Justin's case, I feel like he was tricked. We're going to call a spade a spade. Yeah. He was tricked. You did not come and tell this man that you were born a man. Yeah. Like, you are not biologically a woman, right? Yeah. So I feel like everybody should tell people, hey, look, this is who I am. And right, even if you have your own trauma, to accept you or not,
to accept you or to not accept you. It's like last story we did. Remember the man who went out of his way to give the woman HIV?
Yes.
Remember?
Yes.
And she was even saying, like, if he had told me, then maybe we can say, okay, let's find a way for me to still be safe. It was not going to be like a deal breaker for her, right?
Right.
But he never gave that opportunity, and that's what Nikki did to Justin.
Yes, but so for him, he was heterosexual completely before Nikki. Okay. And he thought this was a woman. He really did. And then until one day they were having an argument, and she just says, I'm trans anywhere, or whatever, like in an argument.
Well, damn.
So he packs his stuff up, and he don't even talk to her. He's like done with her. He cuts her off and everything.
For 2 years, right?
No, I can't remember. It was a while or whatever, because she said that she hasn't been back to Russia in 16 years. So it's been a while. But I feel like with him, like, I don't know. I think maybe it's the fact that he's having a money situation. And then, two, maybe he's trying to make it right in his head that, hey, maybe I'm not gay, maybe I am straight, so he's trying to make it right in his head. Yeah. But the only way he's able to really be, because he's not with her all the way, like he's not doing all the things he used to do with her, like she's already stated that. Yeah. But he is trying to make it.
He hasn't done anything with her
all. He did have sex with her. She did, but she said he's not giving her OS or whatever since then or whatever. Got you. But he hasn't been as active as he used to be back in the day. Yeah. So I feel like he's still fighting with himself, I think.
So does he?
And he's still very
really
conflicted.
But I don't still want to view her, or is he really there for the money?
That's what I'm thinking, because the way he said,
okay, bye.
But I think because he kept on saying it, I don't really think he really wants to be there.
No, I don't.
I think it's a financial thing.
That's what I
and
got
he also
from him.
is conflicted emotionally with his sexuality because of what she has done to him. That's what I think.
I don't know.
I think he is conflicted because he's not like, woohoo, let's get it on, baby, mad active.
This man is conflicted.
We should do a community poll.
He is not. This happened to him when he was 19. I know he was strict. It was not right. It was wrong. You know, if the roles were turned, and you know, I will feel the same. But he's 36 now. At what point will we say, like, at what point do you take ownership for where you are? Like, you're 19 then, you're 36 now.
But my thing is,
and you're going back into this relationship. Now you know everything about her.
But he's financially dependent.
Well,
how many
then
times
get undependent and go work.
Listen,
do something for yourself.
How many times, and listen, y'all ain't gotta get into detail, but I'm sure there are people out there who have done really desperate things for money when they ain't got nothing.
Well, what do we say? I mean, a gold digger ain't got nothing.
On a broke man with a plan.
And this man looked to me like he got a plan with his hostile friends.
That's what I think. I think he's conflicted. I don't think he's out of free fall for all this. I really don't think so. I feel like he was strict. He still is having some issues with sexuality, but I think he is there mainly for the money. But like he said, when he doesn't think about it, he's okay. But when he does think about it, he's messed up.
I really do go back and forth with him because when they were at the dinner and he went over, like, it's kind of like he went to bat for her when people were looking at her. He went, got up and kissed her.
Did
so
you not see how this man's
protective.
complexion jumped from like a light cream to like a bright cherry tomato red?
Okay. I know, but he still got up and kissed her, so he wanted them to know that, look, I'm going to stand behind.
No, he wanted Nikki to shut up before she said anything else that was too much in public. Because she was like, you got to be proud of who you love and who you date because, look, I was born this way. He was like, oh my God, before somebody come and shoot us up,
like
let me come.
Kiss.
That's what it was. Because she will shut up if I come kiss her. But she was all, she said, look, I'm going to have my speech today.
Hot mess.
So that's what that was.
Well, you guys get in the comments. Let us know what you think.
But let's talk about Ashley and Manuel.
Yeah.
We got to move on because we got 22 minutes. But Ashley and Manuel,
I had a problem when he said to that.
Sit back
and I enjoy. Like when she gets upset, he sits back and enjoys that.
That was a bit of a red flag.
That's a huge red flag.
Yeah. I mean, I was rooting for them for sure.
It was a cultural thing. But I was like, sit back and enjoy it. That's very interesting. Very interesting thing to say.
But my thing is with the whole privacy thing, I feel like if he's not hiding like serious things from you, I don't feel like it's a big deal.
My private life is, I don't know what that means.
My
private life is my private life, but you're about to get married?
Well, you think people shouldn't have private lives?
I'm talking about I'm not talking about like, he doesn't want to share certain things about what your family. Like he didn't tell his family that he left, right? And I don't think he has shared with her why that was the case. So it's like things like that. I don't know much about you, bro.
Listen, Ashley.
I want to know something about you.
Listen, Ashley.
And I've never met your family. This is all a big red flag.
Actually, I'm going to say this. A man who packs his little backpack and moves not a state away, but several countries away is not a man who is very open. If he would do that to his own family, how much less you? You have to be looking at men.
That is so true,
right? And what do you really
true.
expect? Like, so you sat down there and you co-signed for him to leave his family. In essence, you're telling him, I am okay to have a private life. That's what you said to him. You co-signed that. So you can't be upset if this man here tell you that, I want my private life.
Like,
why are you upset? What you upset for? You let me leave and I would tell my family. You cannot allow certain behaviors from a man. And I'm not saying what he did was right, because listen, you ain't finna be getting me in trouble with your family and they're like, oh, you move and you and your girlfriend the problem. He ain't doing that. You gonna tell your family.
Or did he tell her after he got there?
I don't
That's what I
know. She knew. She actually knew
Oh,
that
she did.
he moved and everything. And apparently she also knows that this man has 2 grown sons that don't even know that he's marrying her.
Wow.
So Ashley, you talk about private life. You are co-signing his privacy from his own family.
Yeah.
Like, if he would do this to his own family, what makes you think that you are exempt, honey? You have to look at your man.
That is so
we have
true.
just posted a video about vetting your future husband, your future spouse, your future husband, and your future baby daddy. You have to vet men,
Yeah.
okay?
We don't co-sign having baby daddies.
Not baby daddy, but father of your children. But that's what I'm saying. Like, actually, you can't be that shocked.
Yeah.
But I feel like Manuel obviously has some issues. Actually, you have to pick your poison. You have to figure out what you're doing with this whole thing, and decide, because you have co-signed some behavior. But I do wish y'all well. I thought you guys were a cute couple. But there was something that I did want to talk about. You know what?
The guy with a guinea pig.
I will talk about him in a minute. But I just wanted to kind of close off with Ashley Manuel with this. He did say something about how, you'll never know somebody completely. I agree with that statement. Like,
Yes,
you
that's
will
true.
never know someone completely.
That's fine.
And that's fine. You don't need to know all the ins and outs, all the
You're not gonna
intricacies,
know
all
every
the threads.
single thing about somebody. I mean, you just, especially as you live life and stuff like that, you guys get to know each other. But you're not gonna know everything right now. You're not gonna know everything in how many days do they have? 90 days? You're not gonna know everything, and that's fine.
Exactly. So actually, I would say pick your battles.
Yeah.
I don't feel like there's any serious red flags with Manuel. But I would just say, relax a little bit, honey. That's all I would say.
She
Really.
still needs him to tell his family, though.
Well, he has.
Oh, he has,
He finally
okay.
has. She finally sat him down and told his family. Finally. But anyway, y'all, let's talk about the guy with guinea pigs. I'm not shocked she didn't want to have intimacy with you. What woman would want to have intimacy with a man who has his mother living in a 2x2 closet on the floor, but you have guinea pigs who get to have the whole damn living room? You ain't got a table, you ain't got a couch, you don't even have a TV, but we all have to be cramped up in our room because the damn dog and the damn guinea pigs that I eat for breakfast have to have space to play. I'm not attracted to you in no sense of the word. So you think you gotta get some tonight? You ain't getting nothing tonight.
Are you gonna be able to even take care of me here in America? Like, yeah.
I was not shocked she didn't give him any. Like, what is that? That's not sexy. Ain't sexy at all.
No, it's not.
And then you have a mother who's hoarding. Like, what is this?
Maybe you know what I honestly feel? I feel a lot of times Americans, when they bring their foreign spouse back to America, what we have been seeing in the recent 90 days is as if they bring them back to come and clean for them. I remember that girl. What was her name? The one with the guy from South Africa. He had the long hair. Mm-hmm. Remember he came?
Oh, yes.
And she swiftly went away.
Yes.
And she wanted him to fix up the apartment.
And now she's wondering why he doesn't want her all of a sudden. Girl, bye.
Oh my goodness gracious. It's like as if, they bring these foreigners and they expect the foreigners right away to come clean up, their lives, to love the things that they find disgusting. Like, it's just ridiculous.
Like, it's kind of like this entitlement, like, oh, I should be so grateful that you brought me to America that I should accept your dirty draws.
Yeah.
No, I'm a human effing being.
Yeah.
I'm not doing that. But anyway, y'all, we just spent 30 minutes on this. This is going to be a headache to upload. But this was very enjoyable to talk about. We are so happy we're reviewing 90 Day again, okay? But it is the Mary.
And
We invite you guys to like,
subscribe,
and comment down below. And do not forget to subscribe to our Patreon. Bye.
Bye.